The old man was about to starve to death, but he still fed the only food he had at home to a little bird. To his surprise, the bird turned into 7 dwarfs after eating. To thank the old man, the dwarfs sneaked into his shoe shop at night. They wanted to make the shoes more stylish. Since they were beginners, nails often poked their butts. Because tools were limited, they all had to share one hammer. One dwarf was very skillful. With his long arms, he took charge of sewing the shoe tops. Another dwarf could stitch a boot in less than 2.5 seconds. But sometimes the loose threads ruined his work. To avoid waking the old man, the dwarfs used glass bottles to cover sudden noises. Repairing the soles looked easy, but it tested the helpers' running speed. If they were not careful, they might get nailed into the shoes. The carvings on the shoe tops were even crazier. One dwarf used a Gatling gun to punch holes in leather. An Indian dwarf did not want to lose. He shot arrows to lace up the shoes and even tied a neat bow. These two worked together like comedians. But when nails ran out, the nail driver would hammer the nail passer into the sole. Another dwarf was bold. He used his head to point the direction for his partners, but if they missed the timing, it was very painful. To speed up the work, one dwarf let out his pet. Its teeth could carve a shoe model in only 3 seconds. The cross-eyed dwarf was even stranger. He always hammered right on top of his friend's head. For safety, his friend brought an eye test chart. But it turned out the dwarf's eyesight was fine, so they let him try again. And once more, he hit his friend's head exactly. Another dwarf worked on finishing touches, but a pair of roller skates rushed past. He had to redo everything. Then, the skates came back again. The dwarf was furious. He finally cleaned the shoes, but this time the skates rolled straight into the shoe cabinet. Even though the dwarfs tried to stay quiet, they still woke the old man. Luckily, their work was already done. When the old man opened the shop door, the shelves were filled with all kinds of beautiful leather shoes. The old man and his wife were so happy that they danced with joy.